and welcome back to Shesinherapron. It's freezer meal day. I'm so excited. Okay, I'm like an hour behind schedule, but that's okay. I just picked up my Zaycon fresh order and I have 80 pounds of chicken sitting here on my counter. Take a look. Now, I have mentioned Zaycon on the vlogs before, and I'll have a link down below if you want to check it out and see if they deliver in your area. It's here in America, so sorry friends outside of the country. But they deliver good quality fresh food to your town. And so I ordered these in the beginning of December. Yeah, and they came now here right at the end of January. And you can order chicken, chicken breast, chicken thighs, bacon, fish, shrimp, oh, ground beef, ground turkey. It's endless. And things come up in promotions. So like they'll do chicken for a little while and then it's something else. But go check it out. It's pretty cool. I bought chicken thighs, and they're not frozen this time like they were last time. So I got 40 pounds of chicken thighs. And they're so good. Oh my goodness. In fact, everything that I've ordered through Zaycon, I've liked. Like they try to do no hormones, antibiotics, any of that. So what you do is you drive up to where their truck is. They'll have meeting points. So this was at like the parking lot of a diner the next town over. And they have the truck set up there, and all you have to do is roll up and open your trunk, and they like put it in for you, and you roll away. It's so great, so great. So yeah, so this time it was like individual bags. Like they had bags that were sealed up that were frozen, but this time it is super fresh chicken thighs. Let me grab one for you and then I'll pull it out. Oh my gosh. And then and we love chicken thighs. Like my kids will eat dark meat like anytime. So I'm going to be trimming these up and prepping them for the freezer meals that I'm making today. And then I'm going to freeze the rest of them with my food saver and get them in the freezer. So let me go wash my hands and I'll open up this box for you. The thighs, they were like $1.69 a pound for 40 pounds. And I can't remember how much my tenderloins were. I paid like $87 for the tenderloins. Instead of getting big chicken breasts this time, I decided to go with the tenderloins. They'll just be easier to eat. I end up cutting my chicken anyway, and they're less intimidating than a big breast. Okay, so here's what the tenderloins look like. I'd much rather work with the tenderloin than a big breast. I end up cutting them in half anyway, and these are perfect for kebabs, stir fries, and honestly, they're easier to eat for us. So I'm gonna still make my recipes that I do with breasts. I'm just gonna add the tenderloins in. It's gonna be great. So, and there's not any big cleanup on the tenderloins either. I don't have to like skin them or anything. So how awesome is this? I'm gonna wash up and get going on my freezer meals. So come along with me today. Gosh, I've got quite a list. So let me wash up, grab my list, and let's get cooking some freezer meals. Okay, so I'm making this vlog like in total real time, okay? Of like what I'm doing instead of like the fancy video, okay? So what I'm doing right now is getting my water boiling for my spaghetti, and then I'm going to put another pot on for my other pasta for the recipes I'm needing. So I need chicken cooked and I need pasta made. And then I'm going through looking really fast and taking a note of how much chicken I need to get started to cook. So some of these, some of the chicken will be raw and some of it needs to be cooked. So right now I want to see which recipes need to be cooked so I can get them in the pot, and we'll cook them with some chicken stock so they'll have a lot of flavor in them. So, okay, so that's what I'm doing right now. Right now I am seeing how many pounds of chicken I need to start cooking on the stove. Okay, here is what I have for freezer meals that I'm doing today. Breaded ranch chicken, stovetop chicken casserole, chicken tetrazzini, chicken parmesan casserole, pesto ranch chicken, and honey garlic chicken. And a lot of these that I'm showing you, I've already shown to you before, and their links are down below. So if you're like, ooh, what is that recipe? Look down below. Okay, so I've got my pasta, my spaghetti going for the tetrazzini. I already measured out 2 things of chicken for 2 recipes. These are the chicken tenderloins. This chicken was measured out for the chicken tetrazzini, and this was measured out for the stovetop chicken casserole. So I did some research. I'm like, how much chicken is 2 to 3 cups? Because you know you get a recipe that says you need between 2 to 3 cups of cut up cooked chicken. So I looked it up, and 3/4 a pound equals about 2 cups, and that's 12 ounces. So I was like, okay, so I have a scale here, and I just measured out 12 ounces. I put a little bit more for the chicken stovetop casserole, but yeah, so I was like, sweet. So that's in my notes, in my freezer cook menu, so I always have that measurement. Okay, so that's the only chicken that I need to cook today. Sweet. So I'm going to get that cooking right now, and basically everything is super easy. So while that chicken is cooking, I'm going to make some of the recipes that I can dump into the Ziploc bags and get them in the freezer. And also, these meals, there's not a whole lot of chop and prep beforehand. So, and I did that on purpose, picking these, because I've got a busy next few days that I just didn't have time. So these are really, really easy dump and go freezer meals. But if you're going to be making freezer meals that have a lot of veggies and things to them that takes a lot of chopping, then you might want to prep the day before, get all your veggies cut up, everything, so that way on a day like this, when you're putting them all together, you just have to dump them in. So much easier. But all I have today is a few mushrooms and an onion. So yeah, I didn't really prep that last night. It was too easy. So, but there's a tip for you. Maybe do some prepping the day before, so when it's time to make them, you just go, go, go. So if you watched my recipe binder vlog, you know that I issued out a challenge for us to fall back in love with our cookbooks. And so this is the cookbook that I'm using today. It's Busy Moms on the Go. And the recipe that I am trying for the first time ever is breaded ranch chicken. I'm going to make it a freezer meal, and I think I'm also going to make an extra one for dinner tonight. I also like to make a meal that we can have for dinner, since I'm cooking up all these meals. So this is the new recipe that I'm trying out in a cookbook. So if you like to do the challenge, we are trying recipes from cookbooks that we haven't touched in a while, or just trying out a new recipe, and tag me on Instagram, and you can use the hashtag CookbookLoveChallenge2017. I'm focusing on this the month of February, but we're going to try to do it all year round. So tag me in a picture, a recipe you tried in a cookbook that you haven't thought of in a while, or just one of your favorites that you just never tried. So what I've done here with clean hands, I have a mixture, a bread mixture, and it is 1 cup Italian breadcrumbs with about 3 tablespoons, I used more though, of minced onion, and a cup of cooked bacon that we made bacon with our breakfast for dinner last night. So I got this bread mixture going, and now I'm going to get the chicken ready to dip in some ranch, and then we're going to dip it in here. Okay, I got my aluminum pan washed out, ready to go. I have my cup of ranch dressing and my bread mixture. So I'm just going to start dipping. Okay, here is the breaded ranch chicken. Dipped it in the ranch, and then dipped it one side with the breadcrumbs. And so this one I'm going to wrap up, put in the freezer, put a tag on it of what it is, and the cooking instructions. This one is for dinner tonight. I already have my oven preheating. I'm just going to cook it up now and not have to worry about it later, so it's done. So it made, with my breadcrumb mixture, it made 2 casserole pans. This one is quite full, that way it's ready to go if we're all home and we have a big group, or if I want to give it away to a family that needs it in our neighborhood. But this will be our dinner tonight, and I'll freeze that up. So I'll show you in the end how I put the tags and stuff on them. So this is the breaded ranch chicken. Okay, I put in a Ziploc baggie an index card saying what it is and the date that it was frozen, and so voila. So Derek can pull this out anytime he needs to, and he can make breaded ranch chicken. All right, so I'm going to get this one in the freezer and on to the next. Oh my goodness, you guys, this breaded ranch chicken is amazing. Okay, if you are using the breasts, yes, maybe up to an hour, but the tenderloins, I ended up checking them and got them out like, I probably did about 40 minutes. Oh my gosh, this is delicious. Oh my word. This is so good. And the family is going to absolutely love this. Yum. This is a hit. Okay, now I'm going to prep my chicken thighs, get some of the skin off, and get them ready. Okay, friends, I asked you on my Instagram the other day when I was making these, which pesto, because I usually get my pesto from Costco, and I didn't go to Costco, so I was at Walmart, and I'm like, okay, friends, which pesto do you guys recommend? And you all kind of mentioned both, but you guys really raved about the Classico and the Barilla. So I'm gonna make 3 of these since I have all my chicken out, each with a different pesto, and I'm gonna mark it, and then we're gonna see which ones we like. So okay, so for this recipe you're gonna need pesto, chicken broth, ranch. You can use the packet or the seasoning like this. If you have it like this and you're wondering, well, how much is it in a packet? I measured it out. It's like 3 tablespoons. So that's how much I'm going to be using. And you're going to need about 8 chicken thighs. And it comes to, depending on the size of your boneless, skinless chicken thighs, it could be anywhere from 3 to 4 pounds. Mine's almost 4 pounds. So what I'm going to do is I use this to put the Ziploc bag in, and then I just start dumping stuff in. But for this one, I'm gonna mix these 3 ingredients together in here and then pour it into my Ziploc bag all over the chicken, and then we'll get it in the freezer. But first we need to mark our bag. First thing I do is I put the date on the bag of when I made it and froze it, and so today is January 31st, and this is pesto ranch chicken, and this is crock pot, and we're gonna do high for 3 to 4 hours and low for 6 to 8 hours. And this is one of our favorite meals, you guys. Oh, with mashed potatoes, it's amazing. I don't have one of those fancy like freezer bag holder thingies. I just do this. It works. It stands up the bag and I can pour stuff in. So I sometimes try to flip over this as much as I can, like that. And it's just easier for me. I'm used to this. So. And I do have a vlog on this if you want to see it in like good detail. I am going fast because I'm trying to get all these meals done. Okay, I'm gonna flatten that out. Bam! Pesto ranch chicken going in the freezer. Now I'm gonna make 2 more with the different pesto sauces. And then we'll see which ones we like when we're not around Costco, right? I know, but Costco seriously is the best. But okay. Oh, I didn't write on here. Okay, so I'm gonna put Classico somewhere on here. Classico. All right, Classico's on there, so I know Voila! And that is pesto ranch chicken. Look for the recipe down below. And you can see what it looks like when it's done cooking. It's absolutely delicious. Okay, I made the chicken tetrazzini. The sauce is so good. It's basically you saute up mushrooms in butter, and then you add some flour, make a roux, and then you add chicken stock, sherry, but I used apple cider vinegar, half and half, grated Parmesan cheese, salt, pepper, nutmeg, parsley, and you cook it all together. I added the chopped chicken in there, and now we're gonna add our spaghetti. If you want to see a full detail how to make this, click the link below. Your kids are seriously gonna scarf this recipe down. It is so good. Okay, I might need to grab my tongs again for this one, but pretty much just mix this together, put it in your foil pan, wrap it up, and you're good to go. And all you have to do with this recipe when you go to cook it is just heat it through. Everything's cooked. The chicken's cooked. So I love making this as a freezer meal. There it is, all in the pan. I added a little bit of fresh parsley. So now we're going to get this wrapped up and put in the freezer. Okay, I have the instructions, what it is, how to thaw it out and cook it. So we are good to go. Okay, my kids love this meal. It's the chicken parmesan casserole. I have the recipe in full detail down below. So basically you need like 4 cups of shredded chicken, and then you need a whole jar, or like 28 ounces, this is 24, of your favorite marinara sauce or whatever. This is Bertolli's organic olive oil, basil, and garlic. Is so good. So you're basically just gonna mix that together. This is so easy and so stinking good. Seriously. Okay, so just give it a little toss. If you want to add more chicken, you can. This is just 4 cups shredded. So good. This is yummy, served up with a salad and some garlic bread. Okay, now I'm going to get my cheeses ready. Okay, I have about 2 cups of shredded mozzarella cheese and about a half cup of Parmesan cheese. And I'm just gonna layer this down, get a layer of it. Okay, now we're gonna make the herbed panko mixture and get that on top. Okay, so you're gonna add herbs. I'm using basil, parsley, oregano. You can use fresh, but I'm just gonna eyeball this and just season it up. I need about 1 to 2 tablespoons of olive oil. I'm going to start with 1. Yeah, it needs 2. Can't find my tablespoon, so I'm doing halves. Do what you gotta do. Alright. Oh, this smells so good. You'll have your oven preheated to 350 degrees. And you'll bake this for about 20 to 25 minutes. So good. And you'll bake this uncovered until it's like golden on top for 20 to 25 minutes. Take it out the fridge. Take it out of the freezer the night before, thaw it out in the fridge, then just throw it in the oven. Alright, I'm gonna do the same thing with the other things. Put foil on it, put a label on it, and get it in the freezer. Okay, I'm gonna make the crock pot honey garlic chicken. I have enough tenderloins in here to equal about 5 breasts. So let's add the rest of the ingredients. And I am mincing up 5 garlic cloves, 3/4 cup soy sauce. Okay, you're gonna need a 1/4 cup of ketchup, and you're gonna need a 1/2 cup of spicy honey barbecue sauce. A little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. You're gonna need 1/3 cup of honey, and I spray down my measuring cup so that it comes out easier. And I usually prefer mixing the honey with the barbecue sauce and the soy sauce before. It just helps the honey a little bit better, but I am rushing it today, so need about a teaspoon of oregano. Okay, so we're gonna mix this all together in your bag. and then lay it in your freezer. I think I'm gonna make a second batch of this with the chicken thighs as well. So I'm gonna go right ahead and do that. All right, and this goes in your crock pot. Cook on low for 6 hours. Yummy. Okay, we're gonna make stovetop chicken casserole freezer meal. And basically what I did was, I took probably about 16 of the chicken strips, the tenders. I'm not sure exactly how many, but basically you need as much chicken to feed your family. We love this recipe. We like it hearty with chicken. So I have about 16 tenderloins. You could do anywhere between 6 to 8 breasts if you got a big family. And what I did was, in here with it, I have cream of mushroom, 2 cans of cream of mushroom, and a can of cream of celery soup, salt and pepper. And we're gonna layer this into our casserole dish. Now you can also add in here a bag of frozen veggies like corn, carrots, peas, green beans. I thought I had one in my freezer, but I don't. So this is a great time to add that in here as well. And then I heated up 2 boxes of stovetop stuffing in the microwave. So now we're just gonna put that on top. Serve this alongside broccoli, salad, so good. So bake this 350 degrees for 30 minutes, covered, and the last 10 minutes take the cover off, but you just basically are warming it through until it gets bubbly. Okay, I have the 4 casserole pans on top, stacked on each other perpendicularly, crossing each other, whatever it is. So we have the chicken tetrazzini, the chicken parmesan casserole, stovetop casserole, and bacon ranch chicken. So the casseroles are in this freezer that I have. And then in this freezer, I have the chicken pesto. I lay them down. I don't stack them on top of each other because I want the air to get through to freeze them. This one I did though, and I had a board that I put them on just because I've done it before. When you lay your bags on a freezer rack like this, it could seep through, like hang in, and then when you go to take them out, they're stuck. It's happened to me before. So I'll end up coming and rotating these in the next couple of days so that they get completely frozen. So that is my freezers and how I have my freezer meals. And later they'll be all stacked in when they're all fully frozen. Phew! I am done. It is 4 in the afternoon. I started at 11 and ended at 3 to go pick up the kids, and then came home and put together the stovetop casserole. So I am done. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, so just to go over really quick, I made the breaded ranch chicken, stovetop chicken casserole, chicken tetrazzini, chicken parmesan casserole, 3 pesto ranch chickens, and 2 honey garlic chickens. So in all, I made 9 freezer meals today, and dinner for tonight, the other bacon ranch chicken. So I am good to go. Now these freezer meals can last you 3 to 6 months, but I try to rotate them every 3 months, but we'll go through these fast. Freezer meals are awesome when your week is crazy or your day is busy. You know that, oh man, I do not want to cook this week, or this day is so busy, a freezer meal would be great. And if you get a phone call finding out someone's sick or needs help, you can bring them in a meal. So we are set for probably about 2 months, maybe 3, maybe like 3 is stretching it. But what I like to also do is when I'm cooking dinner, if I can make more of that dish, I will double it, and that way I can get it in the freezer. That's why I already have minestrone soup in the freezer, taco soup, sloppy joes. I doubled all those and put them in. I like to do that also with my Salisbury steak recipe and my shepherd's pie recipe. So I'll have all those down below for you guys. But yeah, so now what I'm going to do now that I am done is I'm going to clean up my kitchen and freezer bag all the rest of the chicken. My chicken's been on ice and nice and cold still. So I'm going to clean up and get my food saver out and prep this chicken and get it in the freezer. Okay, so I have my chicken back out. It's been cold, stayed cold. I even have ice packs in there. I brought out my food saver. I have many different bags. I'm not going to go much into detail, but when I get my Zaycon order, I will seal it up in the food saver because it gets such a good seal on the meat, the poultry, gets all the air out, and this will last me way over a year in my freezer. But for our family, this isn't going to last very long, all this chicken. So it'll probably last us anywhere, maybe 6 months, maybe. So what I like to do is write on the bag what it is, the weight and the quantity, seal it up and get it in my freezer. So in this box right here is the chicken, boneless, skinless chicken thighs. What I'm going to be doing is getting any of the excess fat that's on it cut off and get them into the bags. So the boneless, skinless chicken thighs, I'll probably do about 8 of them. They're pretty big, so I'll do 8 to a bag. The tenderloins, I'm not sure. I'm not sure how many I'll end up doing to a bag. It could be between 10 to 15 a bag, because I can make a good meal out of that, or use half of it, thaw it out one day and use half of it for 2 meals. So it's new for me using the tenderloins. It'll definitely be a guessing game, but I'm gonna get going on this so I can get this done and in the freezer. Okay, I just finished with the chicken tenderloins, and I did some 3-pound bags and some 2-pound bags. So I have 7 big bags between 2 and 3 pounds. And then I have 7 1-pound bags for stir fries and smaller meals. And that's not even counting the chicken tenderloins that I used in those freezer meals today. So this chicken goes a long way. All right, I'm gonna get this in the freezer and get going on the boneless, skinless chicken thighs. Okay, all the chicken thighs are done. I have about 15 to 16 pounds here. Some bags have 8 count, 2 bags have 6, and a couple others have 10 pounds. So we are set for boneless, skinless chicken thighs. Well guys, thanks for joining me today. I hope it was fun. I hope you learned a little about freezer cooking and just enjoyed it overall. If you want to learn more about Zaycon Fresh, hit the link below and see if it's in your area. I save a lot of money with Zaycon, and their food is so fresh and so good. If you have room for it freezer wise, go for it. The only reason why I bought 80 pounds of chicken was because I had my other big freezer that I knew I could put it in. But I love Zaycon. It's worth it. I have not been disappointed with any of their stuff. So link is below. All right guys, thanks for joining me today. And if you are new, click my face up above to subscribe so you don't miss any of the fun. And give this video a thumbs up if you liked freezer meals and all the prep and stuff. Thanks for joining me, and we will see you soon. Bye.